Hi and welcome. In this video, I will show you how I build my study page as usual. So I start with a drawing of the flower, and I normally like to draw the single flower, and in this case it's even more important to have drawings of the single flower because the Jacaranda has like a cluster of flowers, so it might seem intimidating when you look at it as it is. So it's a good idea to draw the flower from different angles. At the moment I will draw it just from one side, but I think I will use another page because there's a lot of information here to jot down. So I might use a different page to draw a few more flowers seen from different angles. And this is a tubular flower. So the petals are all fused together. You can see 5 petals, but they're all fused in a tubular flower. So I've made it a bit darker here so you can see better. And then now I'm cutting it open so I can see the structure inside. And if you've seen my other videos, you know that I like to dissect the flowers. And in this one, I found actually something that I've never seen before. And it's that structure I just took off, and it's called a staminode. And this staminode is a sterile stamen, usually smaller than the other stamens, but in this case, it's actually much taller. So I tried to study it and show it to you as well with a lens. It's not easy on camera, but it's got this those filaments on top, and some more filaments sort of halfway down. So I take some measurements, and I will draw it actually twice the normal size, the actual size, because you don't really otherwise understand how is the structure. You can't really see it otherwise. So these small structures like stamens and the ovary and this staminode, I will always draw them twice or 3 times the actual sides. So I keep checking the measurements and make sure that I get this right. And again, I will sort of keep checking with a lens, with a magnifying lens to make sure that I draw the right thing. Basically, it's nice to have a microscope in this case, but I don't have one yet. Hopefully in future I will get one. But you can make do with these little magnified lenses. They're quite good. Unfortunately, I can't really show you on screen how the way you see it through the lens. And then what I do is I draw the open flower as well, like a section, so I can show how is the organization of the flower inside, so of the different parts. So I show the stamens, the ovary with the stigma, and also the staminoids where it is staminode, sorry. So I don't draw it straight away, but I add it afterwards. And it's always nice to have a section of the flower as well, so you know how it's made inside, and it's easier to understand the flower when you're drawing it in your final composition. Of course, it's a bit fiddly because in this case I drew it life size, and they're quite small, but I draw single elements in a bigger scale. So, and I always label the things that I draw. So I wrote that was the open flower, and then the staminode, and at what magnification I drew it. And then now I'm going to draw the stamen. Again, this will be twice the normal size. and I could see sort of a small tubular shape, and then a larger sort of enlarges towards the end, and it's got this sort of like hairs, like little tiny hairs. So I tried to represent that in my drawing. So always try to show everything you see, everything you can see. So these are the little hair that I'm drawing at the moment. And then next to it, I drew the ovary, the pistil. So again, it's a ×2 magnification. And just adding a bit more labels. I just wrote that the stamens are attached to the petals. And then I take a note of the seeds as well. The seed pods quite lovely in their shape. They're flat, and then they split up and they open, and they change color according to how old they are. At least the ones that I found, the ones that are already sort of opening, they are a darker color. So this is one of the ones that is still almost closed, and I'm just taking a sketch and making notes of this as well. And I just write here the corolla tube and add a few more labels of the elements inside. And here I added the stabinode, which I forgot to do before. It was sort of in the center of the flower. So the function of the staminode I found is actually it makes a secretion to attract the bees to the flower. So that's quite interesting. So it's a sterile stamen that attracts the bees. And these are the seeds. So I opened one of the seed pods, and there's lots and lots of seeds in there, probably around 70, and they have these sort of papery wings, so it's easier for the seeds to be scattered by the wind. So again, I sketch one of the seeds, and I do this at normal sides, so life sides. This should be quite fun to paint, and I will add some color afterwards. So I just take a note that the seeds have these wings, so the wind can carry them far away from the main tree. And this time I decided to keep one of the seeds, so I use some magic tape, and I just basically stick one of the seeds to my sketchbook, which is something that I like to do every now and then. And this is my finished page, and that's it. That's the study page. So thank you for watching, and like the video if you liked it, and share it, and don't forget that you can always ask me questions in the comments. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.